I'm Josh Allen. I'm a former Ferrari Formula One engineer and a former Maserati test driver. I'm also a racing driver and a driving coach. That's looking good, showing really good momentum through. And in my time at Maserati, I spent many laps going around the Nurburgring. I can't tell you how many because I've lost track, but I can tell you that in one day I did 600 miles, and it's one of my favorite tracks in the world. So I'm going to take you for a lap around the track and talk you through it.
So here we are at the Nurburgring Nordschleife. So we're coming across start-finish here. On the right is the old pits. We want to line up on the right line, the white line over there on the right. And this is a long corner, longer than it seems, so be very careful at the exit. Now here about mid-track, getting over to the left to make sure that we set up for this sweeping right-hander, and then stay left-right here because we need the momentum to carry us out, set us up for the next set of corners. Brake in a straight line, and then brake again. And then we're going to double apex this one, coming into a set of S-bends that get progressively tighter, so patience with the throttle. Use a little bit of the curb. The exit is the most important part. Using a little track, plenty of time to get over. Slow it down for this blind right-hander that transitions into a left. When you can see the track, you can make the transition when you can see your exit. Very straightforward here for this right kink. Then we come up to Flugplatz, very dangerous part of the track. So we brake early, ease off at the crest, brake again into a double apex right-hander that transitions into a long left-hander. And we're just going to connect the curbs together with one steering input all the way around, curb to curb to curb. Now we're setting up for Sweden cruise. This is a very dangerous part of the track because it gets light as we're turning. So slow the car down, carry that momentum over with a little gas, use the end of the curbs as your brake reference, and then very late entrance, late apex, all the way around, using all the tracks and a little bit of curb. Now we're coming into Fuchsrow, or the foxhole. We're just going to slalom these curbs from one side to the next, coming down into a heavy compression. After the compression, we apply heavy brakes on the right-hand side, carry that speed over the curb, slow down again for Adenauer Forest. This is a tricky part of track. A lot of people end up in the grass here. So get all the way to the left for our right-hand transition, and on the gas. Pretty easy here, just kind of straight line it all the way through. Very easy to mistake this first kink for the second turn, slow the car down, carry momentum, let it carry us out to the right-hand side, then really slow the car down here. Keep all the way left for this right-hand transition. And over to the left-hand side, slow down, momentum's carrying us down the hill. Hug that inside till you can see the exit, and then roll on the gas. Slowly transition to the right, carry good speed through here, a little rotation at the entrance, into the miss-hit-miss. So we skip the first apex, get down to that second apex, and then we let it run out for the third apex over to the left-hand side. Slow the car down in a straight line, ease off the brakes to get over to the right, and then really slow it down for the hairpin. And let the car come out to the curbs. We got plenty of room to let the car track out. The momentum carries us to the left-hand side, sets us up for this right kink, then really slow the car down for the bridge at the town of Adenau. And big sweeping arc all the way through. Try and string those curbs together into one. Carry the momentum up the hill because the car's going to struggle to accelerate on the uphill section. Now we're coming up to the Lauda kinks. This is where Niki Lauda had his fiery crash in the 70s in Formula One, so respect here. Easy on the throttle, then heavy brake, slow down. And the end of the curb is our turn-in point down to the apex. Let it run out, and then the track opens up, so use all the track at the exit. Now we're coming into a series of left-hand bends. Try and string them all together with one steering input all the way around. And then set up on the right-hand side, a little lift to get some rotation for this fast left-hander. And then let the momentum carry you as you're full throttle all the way up the hill. Set up on the left-hand side for this right-hander, into a left, and then a little bit of brake and an early apex here so that we can open up as the track opens up. And about mid-track here for the left kink before the right-hander. And similarly here, set up on the right for this left kink before this tight hairpin. Really slow the car down. Late entrance, late apex. Really want to get a good drive out of here as we're setting up for the carousel, looking straight up the hill, and then slow the car down and drop into the carousel. And we're on the bump stops here, heavy compression, and then the car gets spit out at the exit. And the momentum carries us into position for this right-hand kink. Just a little ease of the throttle here. And carry that speed. Now a little brake for this technical part of the track. Gets a little tricky here because it's all blind. So you want to make sure that you're doing those late entrances, late apexes, getting really good exits. This one's tricky. Skip this first apex and go to the second one. Use a little bit of the curb of the insides on both here. And then on the uphill section, we're going to brake. Try and stay to the right here. The car's going to want to go left over the crest, but we need to set up for this left-hander. And then let the car track out as we come into Brunchen. This is a very popular place with the spectators, as you can see. And this is where you'll see all of the spy photos. And patience here because the car has a tendency to push out. Stay right here, late entrance, late apex for this quick transition. Use a little bit of the curb. And here again, the momentum carries us right where we want to be into this braking over a crest. So it's brake, ease, brake, and then roll into a double apex. About mid-track as we come over to the left. And we've got another crest here, so stay to the left. The car's going to drift over to the right, but then we need to set up for this very fast section of track into a sort of slalom, carrying lots of speed. And then about mid-track here, straight line braking puts it to the left side to position us properly for this right-hander. And then this one's a very deceiving corner. It's very easy to run out of track here, so patience. Into the mini carousel, let it drop in, and then it'll spit you out, and there's plenty of room at the exit. So use as much track as you need, but get over to the left, and then hit that first apex here, but then kind of hang out on the left side, because you really need to get a late apex here, on the gas, coming out onto the long straight. This is the fastest section of the track. This is where the car is usually going to top out. We're full throttle all the way down. And if this were a tourist session, we'd be slowing down, pulling over to the right, exiting here at the Green Hole restaurant. But we're just going to carry on through full speed, coming up to the bridge. Bridge is very fast. It's easy to carry too much speed in. In this case, with this car, we can just keep it flat, make sure you get all the way to the inside, but then we come into Tiergarten, where it's heavy braking, and you got to be really patient here. Use all of the track, crossing the white line, a little bit of curb there, sacrificing both these corners to get a really good run out through this 90-degree bend, and then we're back at the start-finish line. And there we are, there's a lap of the Nurburgring. Just keep in mind, Nurburgring is a track that really rewards smoothness and carrying that momentum through the corners, trying to connect those lines through those curbs. And also, you're going to need to do a few laps before you really start to know this track, before you can remember which direction it goes. So once you've done several laps, you start to develop an intuition about the track, and you'll pick up speed naturally. So thanks for joining me on this lap in the Nurburgring, and check out a few more of these videos.